Hello, hello, hello. What's going on this evening, everyone? We are going to try Mono Brown Eldrazi. So this is a deck someone won an IQ with it this week, and it is literally 100% colorless. So all the lands are colorless, every weird colorless land in all of Standard, right down to Nephalia Academy, and then just tons of colorless cards. I'm excited for this deck. I really want to try it out. This is a tad slow, but I guess we'll try it. Warping Whale is just good because it counters some of their wraths that would be pretty annoying. So many Westfall Abbeys. Well, Westfall Abbey, go. Yeah, we don't have any Mimics in this deck. Plains for our opponent, we get... Alright, Majoring Network actually isn't bad, if we're gonna keep drawing lands. No, not remove counter. Just put on a counter. Another Majoring Network. So many lands. Tap land for our opponent, and passes. Well, another storage counter. Oh my god. That is another Ulamog. Well, Foundry of the Consoles, go. The good news is we get an Oblivion Sower next turn, and if we steal a bunch of lands, opponent passes. Let's storage counter, storage counter. So, well, let's just spawning bed. 1, 2, 3, tap and remove 2 counters. 4, 5, and 6, Oblivion Sower. Our opponent will probably counter it, but we get 2 lands out of the deal. Whoa, our opponent has an Emrakul too. Good to know. Yeah, there's a Clash of Wills. Lucky us, we have a single waste to use the Evolving Wilds. Alright, well, let's Reality Smasher. Alright, Ojutai's command, and we'll pass. I don't think our opponent can beat Ulamog into Ulamog, though. What does our opponent have? A Jace, and a Sylvan Advocate. Well, let's store up a mana. Ooh, Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. Alright. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ulamog. And we'll sack Sanctum, I think. What are we hitting? And let's just hit both white sources. Sack Sanctum, get a... It probably should just be another Ulamog. Just Ulamog into Ulamog into Ulamog. I don't know how our opponent beats that, in all honesty. Our opponent flips a Jace. Do they have a way to deal with Ulamog number 1? They do. But they're going to be down to like 0 lands here in a second. So yeah. Yeah, we can't speed it up on stream the same way we can in the YouTube videos. It would be sweet if we could. So, alright. Ulamog number 2. Traverse the Uvenwald. Gets our opponent a Plains, I assume. They're going to flash back the Declaration in stone. Kill a second Ulamog. I just don't think our opponent can win from here. And we drew a Sanctum. So let's Ulamog. Cast Ulamog number 3. Get the Plains and the Lumbering Falls. Sack Sanctum. Get Kozilek the Great Distortion. This deck is so sweet. Look at this. Oh. And our opponent scoops it up. Alright, well, score 1 for Mono Brown Eldrazi. Alright, so we get a land, so we are on the Emrakul plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's just pass and crack the spawning bed. Alright, they're going to kill our Matter Reshaper. Let's see what we get. A land would actually be sweet. Alright, that works. And a Nissa. Does this mean we just get a Ulamog next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, alright. Well, we take a ton of damage. Let's sack this right now, might as well. Can we afford to chump? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we can? Can we just chump and then Warping Whale to make one? Yeah, that'll work. Let's do that. Let's chump Gideon, and then sack this and use our Mage Ring to replace that Scion. And now we get to Ulamog. Get the Gideon and I guess the Sylvan Advocate? I don't really care about Nissa with 1 loyalty counter. Now, what do we want here? We have 3 card types. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Let's just take an Oblivion Sower. I think is fine. We can go Oblivion Sower into Ulamog. Another Gideon. All right, Gaia Reach and Oblivion Sower. Ooh, get a bunch of lands. Now we get to play a Hedron Crawler. Let's attack the Nissa. Our opponent is Ultimates a Gideon and plays another Gideon and makes a token and tap land. Opponent goes attacking. Well, let's just block and block. Attack the Gideon. Opponent's down to 2 cards in their library, so we're going to get many lands here. Opponent blocks. This might be one of the greatest Oblivion Sowers of all time, in all honesty. Oblivion Sower. We'll take all of them. Boom. And that does it. Double Warping Whale to counter their big sorceries. A Thought Knot to get at their hand. And take one of them. And a Hedron Crawler to ramp into it. So this is about what we're looking for. Alright. Let's see. Spawning Bed and Hedron Crawler. Pass the turn. Island for our opponent. And passes. We'll just Majoring Network and Hedron Archive. Ship the turn. Opponent anticipates. Sure. And ship the turn. Opponent, Nissa's Pilgrimage. Man, this feels super greedy. But I'm going to counter that. Yeah, I think that's right. Because then we can Thought Knot. Ooh, God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we just Oblivion Sower? Yeah, let's Oblivion Sower. Hopefully we hit a land. We do. We get 1 land. We also exile a Crush and depart the Water Veil, so that's solid. And now we technically have... We have Warping Whale up this turn, and we can Thought Knot next turn. Opponent plays a Morph. That's fine. And a tap land. Well, now they got to deal with a huge Oblivion Sower. So let's get in with our Oblivion Sower. Play the Sanitarium. Thought Knot our opponent. Take... Ooh, Double Crush of Tentacles and Nissa's Renewal. I think we just take the Nissa's Renewal so they can't gain life and pass the turn. We can always counter their first Crush. Opponent flips Den Protector, gets back the Nissa's Pilgrimage, and then... Alright, we're going to let Nissa's Pilgrimage go this time. However, I think we are going to crack our Hedron Archive to draw a couple cards. Ooh, another Warping Whale. Another Warping Whale probably is game over here, because that means we can counter their first 2 Crush of Tentacles. So I don't think our opponent can come back from this. So let's just pass. Opponent gets in for 3. They're going to try to Crush. We're going to Warping Whale, and that'll be the game. So Oath of Nissa, sure. All right, so the dream of 4-1 is still alive. Should we double Warping Whale just to send a message that we could have stopped the next 2? I think we should. So let's Warping Whale, and then in response, we'll Warping Whale, just so our opponent knows that we could have done it twice for the next 2 turns if we needed to. And our opponent gets the message and scoops it up. Well, I have to say, this deck is pretty absurd. So we went 4-1, which is really solid, and I think there's a reasonable argument, as so many of you pointed out, that we should have been 5-0 for, if not for some questionable plays with Endbringer. So we were pretty close to going 5-0 with the deck. So, I don't know, I think this one was pretty good. I had fun playing it, and it seemed pretty powerful. We ran into a lot of semi-tier decks, tier 1, 2-ish decks. So it seemed like it actually can compete. Check it out. I think you would have fun with it. I think it's worth playing. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. Got a ton of follows. Had a ton of people watching. Had a ton of fun. So I hope it was fun to be watching, everyone. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the Pro Tour and the Against Odds tomorrow, and I will talk to you soon.